Okay. Ron Murphy.
Here.
Luann Russ. Here. Adam Herbert.
Here.
Tony Walker.
Here. Thank you. Y'all still staying as joy.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now let's continue on with this. So one thing we want to do is talk about breathing in. So we talk about it. So first, review and approve our minutes. Anybody would like to take time, or if we're good, we'll make the motion to approve the minutes. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to our iterative. So I want to talk a little bit about technology. Daniel's been really managing technology for us. I believe you may have someone coming tomorrow. But...
They said it, right?
Okay, I think they said that before.
It's weird, yeah.
So what are they going to be doing tomorrow?
They're going to install, this is for the outside cameras on the pavilion, the updated one on the side for the sheriff side, as well as updating the staff cameras so they point the right direction. And this will also include the rack in the closet and everything will sit on.
We have a little bit more work to be done to kind of upgrade our technology to improve, and we got a phone call out to another company and wait to see to get the response back from that. That's kind of our next item to address the technology. Dave's not here tonight, so we have two young gentlemen that I hope would love to give us an update on what's going on with the sheriff world. So, y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Bryce. We live in Department of Kansas County. I'm the deputy sheriff.
I just been out with us before.
Okay.
So, glad to have you.
Thank you. I just kind of got thrown under the bus about Jamie, so.
Some odd thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at it. He's like, I'm just real. Okay. So for the month of May, we responded to 174 calls for service. Our deputies took 99 reports, made 28 arrests, or 7 traffic crashes. Their arrests were for various different reasons: domestic assault, there were 8 DWI arrests and 3 drug arrests. They issued 14 village citations and 54 state citations. Other than those incidents, we didn't have anything. Typically we give an update on major incidents or anything big that occurred for a month of May. Thankfully, we didn't have anything big, so everything was pretty good.
Just starting.
Just started. Well, of course.
I hear Jay Davis now is great at his band. So I'm sure that would be another way to exciting to get down that way.
Yeah, so far it's been really good down there. So, yep. So it's been very busy down there, but everybody's saying so. It's just the beginning.
Well, thanks for everything you do. Anything you need from us?
No, I think we're all good. We appreciate you guys' support as always.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, they normally talk about our inspection department report. Do you want me to go over this?
You can, you don't have to do it.
Okay, so if I look at this, looks like we are a little under budget here today. We don't have as many building permits process or number of permits here today. New home permits, I see there's 2, right? Yeah. So year to date, 4 looks like. I'm sorry, 2. So we're kind of behind on that. Scheduled inspections, that's a little low as well. But that's what's going on, right? I know I asked the builder to came in I can't explain, but he has to come in and find I, and I said, I'm not saying what to do. He's got, building any more homes here in the village, and he's starting to build some out. From. So I asked him, I said, what's the number one thing that you think, definitely? He said, water. Makes sense. This is the number one thing. Apparently, y'all might know the details if you do, but they got their initial fees for sending the water meters and all that. Really kind of got.
Same thing, we have to have sewer from that, it's grand too. But
The only thing is to do with building, they don't connect it. You're a separate person coming in. If you don't know what you're doing, you have to hire out. Yeah, there's another factor. You know, so it's kind of like a lot of people are going up the 14 side and get water connection, all that good stuff over there. So we're connected. So a lot of possibilities.
Well, disappointing that, the bill is still that way, because we would love people to come into the community. I think I said before, we have to be ranked number 4 in Missouri, that place for time. Okay, anything else you want to share on this that Dave normally said that I didn't say? Or?
No. Numbers are down, permits are down.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all I got for today. Ron, do you have anything you want to, please?
Well, we all know this thing, gardens and everything from Nelson is coming along. They are getting everything cleaned up. They had it cleaned up. They didn't get everything planted for more. They did get stuff done, so it started to look better on the corner. And Trailing Park, was out there the other day, digging some filling, pouring concrete, I guess, on some poles. So other than that, we got a tree we need to take a vote on later to get.
We can probably do that now.
We can do that now.
About it.
And I'd also like to add another tree to it, if we can get them to come out with that stuff. So, one out here by our bathroom. The deal with taking the roof and everything.
There's a dead one on.
There's also dead one
That
out there,
one, yeah.
so I don't know if we want to do the same people that Christine's got or put it up for bid.
I haven't really think Christine or talked to her much, but she did mention that she took a picture of it and was gonna send it to Floyd from the landscape company. And he's doing 2 trees in our subdivision. And so he may be able to do them all in one fell swoop. He can be approved that.
Is he getting the same amount per tree or is it just the?
I forget, it depends, I guess, on the difficulty of the crane thing. It's the over, guy actually may be crane, but they're on the lake side, so here, need a crane, obviously. But I know he gave, did Floyd give a bid?
First got one out here for, another one.
Down here.
Yeah, here on the timber area.
I think Christine, you're on with this, right?
Yeah, I'm on. Can you hear me?
It's very loud.
Yes.
We can hear you very clear. So you have a bid for it already right now, I think it's like $900.
I just took a picture of it today to send to Floyd, and they are going to come look at it this week.
Okay. Do you have a bid on the other trees that we need to cut down?
So the picture I sent Floyd today is for the park at Reddington, and then the one at Lynn Creek is the quote that I sent you guys.
Okay, we can go ahead and prove that close to actually an increase one. If y'all want to also allocate X amount for not to exceed, you can do that. So if someone wants to make a motion to say approve the $900 and also up to
They left 2,000 and that way it'll increase 320.
so
That would be 2,009, so minus 2.
just say
Not
two for everything.
for the 2 trees for mine.
Well, there's two more trees. The one down there,
Okay,
the 2 over here.
okay, and then if you want trimming on another one, is that
No.
all cut it down?
No, not on the tree, no.
It's a trimming on a tree.
Trimming. There's
So
trimming.
3 trees.
Well, there's
2
trimming
cut
down
downs
there.
and 1 trim, is that what you're talking about?
I think it's 3 cut downs and a trim, because the trim and cut down is included in the quote that we've already received.
That's what
So
we're.
they want to add this tree by the bathroom and that tree.
Yeah.
So 3 trees and 1 cleanup.
One trim.
Okay, 3,000.
We might have to, or we do that.
Because the one that we already received is tear it down the 1 tree
It tripped.
and trim up at 8.4.
Okay.
And that's for the 900.
Okay,
And so remove this tree and this tree would be at.
okay, so you keep it at 3,000, that way we should be covered.
Okay.
So maybe I would make the motion,
Great.
the motion that we remove 3 trees and, do the proper trimming as long as it doesn't exceed $3,000. Budget.
Wait a second. Second, we're on third. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Okay, Christine, did you get that? Rock and roll.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay, Robert, anything else?
No, if we can specify some other things.
Or we got that down here in the executive.
No, that's about it on that.
Okay. Thank you. Luann,
Okay, you guys will take out your, 2 sheets that are the longer ones, the budget versus actual first. We'll go over that. Basically, income is improving, but, based on the way we calculate our monthly report, our budget, it's showing a negative amount. If you look at those lines, you highlighted right here, we're, on income, we're down $4,600. But you gotta understand that the way we budget, we take the total budget divided by 12, so it's gonna go up this way. The expenditures start off, or our capital income, or our income comes in, but it goes up to the month of March or May through October, and it goes down, so you got a bell for this one, but hopefully at the end, we end up at the same point. So, I feel comfortable that we're going to be. Sales, and I went ahead and went online, if you look at this, column, spreadsheet that I just handed out. Year to date, we are ahead of any year we've had for the last 3 years. And the general funds are up by 12,000 on sales tax revenue. If you look at the highest of 93 and we're at 105. And if you look at, because 2/3 of our money from sales tax goes into the general fund and 1/3 goes into the capital fund. So if you look down at the capital fund, that money, half of what goes into the general fund, there's a half the amount that goes into the capital fund. So we're $6,000 ahead of any of the last 3, the highest amount that we've had for the last 3 years. So I'm encouraged, and this May number does not show up in your big spreadsheet because we don't know what sales tax revenue is for the last day of the month. And I find out about it 4 days later when I go online and look it up. And it gets deposited in the middle of the month. So we'll see this, 29,000 from the general fund. That will go in probably between the 13th and 15th of June. So I'm encouraged that at least it's going up. The big hitter, I don't know why, is the motor vehicle. They're fast. People are buying cars, I guess, in May. So that and having the additional restaurants that they have to do. Okay.
we brought you good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, then the next legal size spreadsheet is the statement of financial income and expense. Now that's where we compare year-to-date 2025 to year-to-date 2026, and we can see if we're over or under as far as compared to last year. And, of course, we know we just, said building permits are down and interest is down some. But the sales tax from the previous year compared to this year is up by 16,000 in general fund, and it's up, should be up then like 8,000 in the capital fund. So our total income is only down from what it was the previous year by $2,782. However, our expenses are down by almost $9,300. And that gives us the net income of $6,506.96. So we're okay. Okay, it's just that things will start looking more comfortable in the second month.
I think it's pretty strong.
Okay.
Okay.
So, thanks for any questions for the end. Okay,
We haven't heard back yet, if you, when we'll receive the first.
They're still asking for information, so, yeah, I don't know.
we don't usually approve that, but we did make for conference. Okay, Adam.
The biggest thing is, me, Ron, and I went to the meeting about opening up the dam, entryways, you know, and to see if we can connect Cherokee with Bittersweet. So that's where the connection between the two, so that they have to go on the main street or take to the street and you know, not allowed to go. Anyway, for the golf cart, yeah. So, we suggest, because right now, with the dams are state, and we thought that COA did. Well, COA didn't do it, it's part of natural resources, that's the month. So they're going back to them. They weren't like saying no or anything like that, they just said, hey, we got this. They seem like they're pretty, they're not doing something to go our way. We did discuss that, you know, we'll pay for a certain amount to make it happen. I had a blueprint of an entryway where it can go down for emergency vehicles, or kind of just the entryway where only golf carts can go, because you don't want something heavy to go over that end. So that, I think that was the biggest thing, but they are looking into it. So I'll do a follow-up.
I did one time, was there something that we're talking,
I don't think our maintenance, I think it's maintenance truck or something.
Well, GPS is better than GPS truck.
Yeah.
And the GPS would come, turn on there, and never had any truck go through there. So,
I'm sure that's not a damn
yeah.
gosh.
So tell us that they close them, DNR said there's a weight load, but they are like DNR close them, because they have one and a family. And then they are carrying it now. So, I do not have DNR report yet. Because I don't know if the other two are reading our family, but we know the Golden Oak one that's back here at the end of Drake, and that one failed.
So we're just waiting to hear back from them, and we'll follow up with them next time. So, emergency management, they just got me all the smoke coming in, rain blowing. I think what I'll do also do, because we do want more beds and, you know, houses come in, I might talk with the water and see what's going on and why that expense are so high, you know, because we want to increase that. And I know Kevin on the road district wants people to build because that's where their money's coming from too for it. So it's kind of whittling down the road. So I'll talk with them and see what we come up with.
You can get the return.
He is busy. He's gonna retire at the end of next year, but it's not September, Jeremy. And Kevin's staying on.
Kevin just failed.
Oh, for the end of 2020.
You got to work with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeremy is
And Jerry.
okay, I think any questions for Adam? Okay, unfinished business, Village Hall entrance monument. We need to send a little update. I think you might have seen that they laid some foundation for the sign. And my thing is, I think you guys have something in there that next week they're going to put the actual rock up and for the column, and then actually next week we'll start the text that we sign. So we'll see how it goes next week. Any questions on that? Pedestrian Parkway repair. Nothing on that, I think.
No, I emailed you the street link and what me and Dave went through. So,
I need to walk out here one day and get the orange paint spray paint. Okay. So Jeremy said he would fill in about 3 big gaps that we would leave the road for. So I just need to spray in the market and tell him there. Outside cameras.
tomorrow.
It's really important to say.
I do the putting in the ground for the equipment that those bouncy looking to be bought, the filling, and then I got everything else laid out. And I will be start leaking holes in the morning. When it's cooler for the playground, we'll start home playground, going out there and put it together.
Doing what they get for their stuff.
Also, this will fit, it will come in, as soon as I have the playground put together. So they wanted to come in, right before Memorial Day, like I had been 2 days, I said that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, we had so much rain.
Yeah, it was hard. Well, I said the playground, putting them in, and all they put together, 2 days.
Does anybody ever stop you and say, what you doing out here?
But the residents asked me what's going on, you know. So,
You have a good story to tell. Okay, new business, additional inspector advertisement. So, we had a closed session where we approved adding an additional inspector to the village. And I know you guys have worked on a job description, it's been out doing, I believe. So, I assume these guys need some time to review it. Can we just say, pick a day to have everybody good and make any changes by, and you guys at that time come in and do something? Do you need us to talk about where and how to post, or you
We'll
guys?
put it on his deed to start with.
So can we ask people to have this by a week of this Friday? Is that okay, or do you want to just think? Okay. So we sent everybody to review it and give comments back to you.
Yeah, and it,
I'm good on that?
Yep.
Okay, sign ordinance. We have one issue with some signs that, looks like our ordinance may not cover them. Now, I don't know if you want to jump into your board based on some stuff you looked at, and what you propose us to do, and I think, we have somebody here that would like to kind of head that up in a video.
Oh, many of the topics we've, this is seen life and then died on different occasions over the last decade. So, my proposal would be, because some of the topics just are, more entrenched in village and not perfect rule. Probably less that parish have to be rewritten. In that, paper, prohibition and other signs concerned with, one of my next mind was, that would be probably,
So I know we have some notes about this, for Nita to have, we could share with you, and I asked Ron if he would mind kind of heading stuff with you. I would be more than happy to also assist on that. So would you like to get that from her and then take that, and then?
I've actually gotten some of this different months.
Okay, got it. Do you need anything from Ron or myself before you get started?
Not really. I might just blow away the document, and you guys have it.
That's good. All right, that's great. Okay, now we're gonna have the same conversation on the zoning. I was gonna see the animals, I think they kind of take a look at that for us. Yeah. With your background, and, I know that, Todd, if you want to,
Well, you have very limited options, frankly, because you got that, plan. We're very neat up to be looking. Very small amount of commercial company does do one up where, so, and there's small retail. But you expect you want to, the signage, and real estate development properties, like, things like that.
so, there is a planning zoning commission meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah, just our annual organizational meeting with elected officers and re-swearing in people with the term they're retiring, what's one new person.
We talked earlier, maybe we could have get a hand out to the planning zoning to also get some feedback. I know Daryl's already got things that R1, I mean, R2 is correct. I know that was a little something there that we need to clarify. I don't know how much else, but are you okay with these guys? Want us to start with it, or do you want to start with it, or what would you like to do?
I'm happy to let you guys start with it.
Okay.
Just remember the guardrails of what we've got.
And I don't think it's like a sign where it starts scratch. I think it's got a lot there that we can maybe change and do that. Something else is done about that.
Your chapter regarding socials, let's not do 1%. Let's say that.
So again, I don't think there's a ton of stuff there, but things that based on the last 20 meetings or the events we had. So, if you guys don't mind kind of working together, they're okay.
Along those lines, well, the hot topics that's all municipalities, data center, storage, environment all over the place, so I was trying to work for in place. Basically, by time to determine how they want to restrict the location of those. But some municipalities said that Situate, Columbia, I'm sure that I'm missing a couple of metropolitan areas, St. Louis City, it's already has some pretty restrictive codes, but it's important.
Thanks for focusing on that. Any more conversation on that? If not, just go to general discussion. If you might have anything at all, maybe bring up or share, or talk about. Everybody's quiet. We'll move on to Todd. You have that thing.
Yes, that is a we have several topics. Broski's are here tonight to talk about the chicken plant. We have gunshots and they're better shoot this list on that. Like all of that.
I haven't heard anything more of it.
Sheriff's deputies, you guys investigate gunshots, get their shoot, you have any views on that?
Yeah, there are several side roads, front side roads that go off and we'll go back in there. The only interesting thing that we found back there was a couple of mattresses. And that always had so far.
Well, the complaint was actually, it was regular, 4 a.m. So all 4 a.m. That's something to think about. You had the Regatta Bay topic, was not on your agenda tonight. We and I don't know this, the sales on topic, on Friday's topic, but like, remember Mr. Approach Bureau and others. You had there something requested up that I think that's really well. Fine. And that was served on that.
Which one is that?
I don't know. Put out a request for volunteer.
I think it was the order.
Oh, okay, so we man those up.
We have.
So, okay. 2 minutes, might want to look like ad hoc. I was up committee for each of those with so-and-so being the chair. Determine whether that's on zoning or council. So, maybe they sort of get your person to do that. So, other than that, the work was going well. They've moved the time on us. You know, we historically have been on the back end of the document at 2 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Not sure that I just really want to see that 1 o'clock for the reason. Other than that, with the coordinating itself, we found stupid. And I have no further time.
Charles, thank you. Anything else for us? I'll do it for now.
I'll go for now.
Okay, questions for Todd? Okay. City clerk update. Okay, go ahead.
I had a call today with, my contact at GoGov that who we're going through to create the database for our licensing application. It was a really great call, seeing what the admin side of it's gonna look like and the potential for this, pretty exciting, I think. So we're right on track with that. When we get a little further down the line, we'll have a, training call that those who need to be involved already know. Inspector phone, I got information on that. As far as adding a line, it would be creating a line since tablet was in, we can't add to it, it'd be a separate one, which, whatever, that's fine. But they have an option that if, we can get a free iPhone 17, which basically is the one camera to free, which should be fine for what they need. Unlimited text data, all that stuff for $85 a month. And that's for T-Mobile, who we use with the tablet for them already. And then I was just gonna mention the Board of Additional meetings tomorrow for P&Z at 5:30, to swear in and then assign for elect officers. That's all I got. And that's
Okay. That's really good.
yeah, we are at, I think, 57, I think. Yep. Yep. Still waiting, I'm still getting questions about the county, since the county has like UTV one, and we're waiting to hear back on that.
Thank you, Danielle. Questions for Danielle? Thank you, Danielle. Okay, that brings us to comments and visitors. If you would like to address the board tonight, write your name on the sheet, and if you are, and would you get it?
Emotional support.
I'm sorry.
Hey, here for my emotional support.
Right.
I'm the one with the chicken in the top. And I am 3 months over. And these animals, they really help my mental health. And they need a lot. And you know, I had about 2 years ago. And with another situation which I dealt with on the lower and the TOA at that time. And because mine was $25 altogether, so we did 45. We paid it. I decided to get some chickens and ducks. But Della actually said that the neighbor took pictures of the chickens that I had, the pictures that we received, they were not mine. And I'm not sure who they are. Yeah, but I did go to the TOA building with my mom. They got me yesterday. I went there, but they changed location.
Yeah.
And then it took us, I couldn't Google whether the address, it took us all the way down to Benton. So I was like, no, we're just gonna go and see the house we can go to the village. So I just told you to come to Stella. She did say that maybe a few of them I can need to keep if everything is all going to order. I just thought I'm no neighbor. I was in bittersweet. I had 4 all surrounding. I had one neighbor that actually was that. And I just talked to them, Mary, Ellen, and Mark, and they said they are 100% okay with it. There's no odor, there's nothing harmful about it, they actually are good. So they're very healthy. They please, all that stuff, I think they're possibly on. Only do be a lot, emotional support, all of that. But, we had this for here. I know.
Well, thank you for coming in. Anything else you'd like to say? What is your ask for tonight? How many?
I have 10 chickens to eat up.
So I'm going to look at our city attorney. I know he's involved. I know there's some letters written, and we never know. How would you like to share what's the next steps, or what there is possibilities and no possibilities, or?
She would be asking for a variance or a waiver from the prosecution of the section 6.2, which currently it reads. But on the program, if you went through the rewriting amendment this section about 2 years ago, yeah, ultimately the final product does specifically say the strict prohibition against such animals, but it does say that the beef and domestic animals is prohibited, and within the definition of domestic animals, it needs to be excluded from so, the way it's written, I feel like it things that the Brodsky's trading that's from the action, I believe, because we people make the benefit.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much. They're up there, and I
was gonna say,
This is one of those later approaches in the.
I just don't trust Stella, I just potentially out.
Essentially subject to the government's restrictions with POS, so, sorry, so, Ms. Borowski, this is kind of how this works. We don't work, side by side with the POA, but we try to, when we have to. So, if you want to get with them, and specify with them fully, see how they want to address, through your contractual obligation, government's restrictions, and these folks will decide whether they want to prosecute the section 6.2. So.
Would you like me to call Stella or visit them between the correct location?
Well, if it were me, I think you have an obligation. I would not tell you guys to continue to work with Dell. Dell and not speak regular, so, I'll continue to communicate with her and speak with her temperature and see where we're at.
Yeah, Dallas, I was wondering how you can speak to that, they were like.
I can tell you if the rooster and chicken / ducks were all muted and didn't make any noise, I think that's the primary concern.
Well, I don't live on Bittersweet, so I did see all the commotion from Shady Meter.
Yeah.
And I do have neighbors, so they're so quiet.
I know there would be some stuff that's straying off of your property on this. They're not.
They are, included. I do let them out for moving sometimes, and they can forge and stuff, so they can find.
I would just monitor it very closely, and we do closely my head to, the very close. But, code enforcement really is code compliance and code encouragement, not code punishment. So they're just trying to make needs to the entire community as opposed to just here and stuff.
Yeah, I understand.
Sometimes the minorities recognize, sometimes they have to go on from that.
I do like the dog, I really do like wonder, these chickens are like, mine is smaller, mine are only a couple months.
Yeah, little stuff, it's right. You know, you guys well, we'd be right.
I know.
yeah, do you know people complain about breeds? Do you have any?
I do have one, because I can be right now, but that's what comes out. Sometimes when you go to the store, like, for instance, Tractor Supply, and you say I'll pull it, sometimes you get a rooster out there, but no, they won't go.
You read the rooster.
And I get fixed up the tube by the door, rookies can't get in there. So we're secure.
Hey, Todd, done well with you. We appreciate your comments. Thanks for coming out and the board. That's exactly what we would like for you to do. And we'll work with Todd and hope that there will be some type of solution that's going to fit on. So they have some down.
That sounds great. Thank you, guys.
I'd say we dealt with emotional support animals and other matters for other clients and such. In fact, I just can't imagine that there's a differentiation between a rooster and him. So if you need the emotional support, you get this much.
Well, the hens get emotional support from the rooster, but I don't know. I'll do it with them. If I do it, yeah, I will. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lay eggs and just won't be from my.
Yeah, you know, I just always just, I'll play around.
And of course, we got law enforcement as well. We deal with, if they're getting multiple calls, we have to kind of work. Well, so it's simpler than just standard.
Okay, any other questions? Scott, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anybody else would like to address the board?
Got one question, probably don't know.
Go ahead, Dr. Nick. So,
No, there are.
and we should record.
Amendment 5, do we know how it's going to impact the building?
It could impact it in a positive way, because where we sell tracks to offset the loss of the impact. But if we don't,
I'm going to do some rollback from community taxes and.
That's.
Yeah, there's Amendment 5.
I haven't read it in great detail, but basically shifts the burden from income tax to super tax, and you can see super tax for gas and other products that historic tax. It's not a sales tax. So people that understand, they're trying to show income tax to it.
I guess my concern about it, we need to read some information that could maybe communities on their tax rate, the local rate, that they would be taxed for lower.
Well, if the volume goes up, then the rates go down, so that makes sense. If you have property taxes, so if you turn your tax rate based on the volume of the assessments are, so they're trying to use the same budget. Regardless, that's what the state do. They're trying to use the number. They'll probably pick up back and say, upgrade. But as I understand, it's over the course of 5 years, on the first year, so not be based on 5 years.
I'm just concerned that it's going to negatively impact communities and their financial resources.
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the opposite, that their sewer tax is gonna go up. So define what sewer tax is, look around. We don't do property tax, we don't do real estate tax, so if they weren't gonna put that on the side, the only thing we get is, follow sewer tax. So it could be.
There's a lot of misinformation out there and trying to figure out what is true, what isn't.
As a general rule, those states that don't have income tax, Texas, Florida, that all those, that they pay more property taxes like that, so those that's the old real estate, they probably more, because the utility consumer tax will make people comfortable with it, there'll be probably a role, consumer spending for a while. Without that, somewhere.
The next sewer tax will be very broad, like registering a car.
Yeah.
So.
That's services, yeah.
So it benefits all of us on our day-to-day rather than the yearly tax. So my counter concern, with the general public.
And it's just my personal situation, because my personal finances, I ended up getting all my state income taxes back. And so it can get me hard if you double sales tax rate. I got way more money going out now, so. But that's just my UP,
Okay. Well, they have.
That's just what I was curious if we knew how it can impact village.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if that's it, we will, kind of adjourn here. Our next meeting is July 8th at 5:30. And if anybody, if we're all done, nothing else, we can get a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I have a question. You were talking about water earlier.
Sure.
So I paid $45 for my sewer and the septic or whatever, but my water is like $25. How is that possible? Like altogether, it's like $80 a month.
Yeah.
Why is the sewer septic one higher? And the water.
Yeah. So it's a great question, but we don't have anything to do with water.
Okay, it's just, well,
That's-
got it.
So,
The question for the water.
Sewer, wastewater treatment's historically higher than the water, because you've got a wonderful creative farm that serves the water, and it's supposed to water for the wastewater, you have to have treatment.
And also.
So I'm sure it's better to be a person that comes on Albany, literally just away. They get tactical, they have the stuff in the room, but I do too.
You're right under that,
And I just have a line piece in it.
except small and,
We have three, our subdivision. And our rate has gone up the last 2 years, but last year it went up a lot because it's new DNR rules on testing. We have to be tested every week, I think. Through our engineer that deals with the DNR, and they keep adding more fees to that, and that's why ours has gone up.
Amen.
okay, all right. Now, we then made a motion to adjourn with 6 seconds. And, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, see you July 8th, thank you, everybody.